Good afternoon. If you've seen some of the videos before, you'll know that we've been in quite a few house sits. I think the last 18 months, 2 years, it's probably been close to 20 different house sits that we've had. And this one, we arrived about a week ago, and we're here for a month, so actually it's really good. And I'd say this is probably the best house sit that we've had. So I'm just going to take you around the place. Obviously won't show you too much detail in terms of where it is to retain the privacy of the owners, but it's like a private little resort actually. So as you can see, pretty spacious lawn area at the front here, and a little dog called Wolfie that's barking at me. And then we have these little robot lawnmowers, because given the size of this lawn, you'd be mowing this lawn for quite a bit of time each week if you were trying to do it, I suppose, the traditional way. So here we have one of these robot mowers, and these run for about 20 hours a day, and they just work remotely. So let's follow it for a while and just see what it gets up to. And it's just basically crisscrossing the lawn randomly, I think, keeping the it's decided to come and chop me up, and it's just basically keeping on top of the lawn. So it always sort of seems to be kept at this sort of length, and it senses when it's hitting a tree, backs off, does a bit of a pirouette, and heads off in another direction. And they just keep doing this 20 hours a day. And when they get down to about 20% of their battery charge, they head for the recharging point and go and charge themselves. And there's 3 of them, so as we wander around the place, we might get to see some more of them. But they're doing a really good job. I mean, you don't get any grass clippings or anything because they just keep on top of it. They're just constantly trimming the surface of the grass. And then in here, these little, this is Vassie's attempt to protect some wild mushrooms that are growing, or trying to protect them from the mower. As you can see from the tracks, there was a pretty close call this morning before she put these stakes out. So we're now a couple of days into autumn, and we've had a little bit of rain, and what we found is that with the rain pops up these mushrooms. The people that own the place tell us that they're edible, and so we're trying to, I guess, let some grow and harvest them and not get chopped down by the robot lawnmowers. So we'll see whether or not those stakes do the job that they were intended. So as we come around here, you'll start to see the properties. So there are 2. There's a main house, and then there's a 3-bedroom cottage, and it's the 3-bedroom cottage that we're staying in, and it's perfect. You know, we couldn't really want any more. Lovely deck, nice little garden, and then coming around here we'll see the main house, which is pretty substantial. So the owners have gone off around the South Island for a month with their caravan, and left us here with Wolfie, who's about 14 years old and is extremely sprightly, but is also really laid back. So we actually get up before him in the morning. He sort of eventually rouses himself somewhere between about 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning, and he's so low key in terms of having to look after him. He's quite happy just to hang around with us basically all day. Wants to go out for a walk around the locality in the morning. Later in the afternoon we'll take him around this property, and then, you know, he's happy with that. So we're just going to work our way around the corner of the house here. Here's the second mower doing its work. And as you come around here, hopefully you'll see why I'm calling it our own private little resort. So around the back here is just gorgeous. So before we look at the grounds in more detail, let's just have a look at this lovely outside sort of deck entertaining area. These roof slats electronically open and close depending on the weather. And it's been really well landscaped. So nice palm trees, which look really nice in this sort of setting. And then we work our way around to the swimming pool, which is the water's about 25-26 degrees at the moment, so that's pretty pleasant. So that's getting used. It's not huge for swimming, but it's great for just having a soak in. It's got its little artificial beach there, and a nice sort of gentle walk down into the water. It gets pretty deep towards the middle. So that's very pleasant. And then it's got this full-size tennis court, which actually is better than quite a lot of the commercial tennis courts I've seen in my time. I don't think it gets used that much. I think it sort of just came with the property, but it's in great condition. Huge amount of space around the side and back of the court, so if you're into tennis, it would be great. I did bring my racket, but unfortunately on the second or third day we were here, I was out on the electric scooter that we've got, missed a curb, dropped off the curb and effectively went head over heels over the handlebar, landed on my left hip. And today, 5 days later, is about the first time that I've actually been able to walk with some freedom. So that'll pay me to, or teach me to pay more attention to where I'm going rather than looking in the distance. So the tennis court hasn't been used much, but hopefully the rate I'm improving. Maybe sometime next week I'll get on it. So what we're looking at there is the boundary, and that is just a stunning gum tree or macrocarpa. And it's a shame Vassie's not here, because I could get her to stand at the bottom and you could see the scale of it, but I think that must be at least 50 meters high. It's huge and it's beautiful. And what we found is that when we're out walking with Wolfie, it's actually a great reference point to where the house is, because you can see it from miles away. It sort of sticks up above all the other trees that we've got around here, so it's a great way of figuring out, without having to use the map, where you need to go to get back to the place. But look at that. That is just amazing. I'm hoping this does it justice. So there we are, our little private resort for a month. Yeah, it's great.